My crazy mom. My crazy mom. She's dead. My crazy mom. My crazy mom. She's dead.
Kids' tales indeed. So one fun thing in any family is the tradition of holiday cookies. Christmas cookies, call them what you like. Just make sure they've got loads of sugar, maybe some M&Ms, maybe a Hershey Kiss. Just make it happen. When we were kids, my mom would make a big batch of batter. One day she'd do all the batter, throw it in the freezer, and 2-3 weeks later, she'd do all the baking. And then those would all go in tins, put away, release some before Christmas, but release the rest on Christmas Day. And on Christmas Eve, we could have so many cookies it'd make you sick. But somehow the cookies never quite made it to Christmas Eve. And that's because she had all these old sewing tins, cookie tins. We'd open it and we'd see there'd be like 4 cookies per row, and then the rows would be evenly distributed, and there'd be, 10 tins. I mean, just an ungodly amount of cookies. So what my sister and I would do is we'd open them and we'd take the top layer off of each tin. So 4 cookies per layer, 10 tins, that's like 40 cookies the two of us would eat. Well, that wasn't good enough. So we'd come back and decide, well, which tins can we eat a second layer from? And the answer was about half of them. It's another 20 cookies. It's just a drop in the bucket. We got to keep going. So then it got to the point where we would take the cookies out and stack them back in, but instead of stacks of 4 levels of 4, we'd restack them in levels of 3, so it would still be the same height, but with a quarter less cookies. Oh. And then we'd say, okay, you know what? This tin, it's too low. We got to just get rid of it. This tin never had cookies. Eat all the cookies, wash it out. And then, comes Christmas Eve. My mom's like, let's go get the cookies. She opens it. Every tin is like down to 1/3 of what it was. Several tins are missing. She went from 400 cookies to like 120. God damn it, you kids. So the next year she decided, you know what? I am not going to bake the cookies early. I'll make the dough, sure, but I'm not going to bake them. So she makes all the dough, freezes it, and we wait and we wait and we wait for the cookies. And the cookies just never come. Well, a few days before Christmas, Ma opens up the freezer, checks out grabs all the dough, pulls it out, and she's like, where the hell is all the dough? Yeah, we did the same tricks with the dough. A spoonful or 2 from each one, a couple of them completely gone. We just ate the dough. It was gone. So it got to the point where Mom just didn't make as many cookies anymore. I mean, there was no winning the battle. We were going to eat the cookies. And part of it was, there was never any food in the house, at least nothing good. We didn't, we're the kind of people who call what normal people call cereal, we call it sugar cereal, because you don't get sugar cereal. You don't get chips, you don't get pop. You want that stuff, you go get a job. So when any sugar shows its face in the house, we just had to eat it. So that's some kid stuff for you this week, along the Christmas veins.